And you're just gonna need your yoga props, a bolster or a couple pillows, blankets, blocks, whatever you've got, whatever you have to support. But I'm recommending, yeah, bolsters, blocks, and a blanket would be my typical props that we would be using for my class. So, all right, we'll get started. Okay, so again, welcome to Thursday. Thursday night. Feel that? You never know what you're gonna get with me. So I have doTERRA's Peace blend in the diffuser right now. And I think it's really, I don't know, I was feeling into what scent I wanted to bring into the practice tonight in relationship to which prayer I was bringing. And I'm going to read to you a prayer of honoring security. And it felt like the peace one. Look at you're wearing your peace shirt. See, it's like, oh, isn't it? It felt like peace went along with security, you know, that from security we would find peace. And something that's been on my mind, and Hosanna alluded to this video that she saw online earlier, and I said, come to yoga, because I was just discussing the difficulty of loving my neighbor. And despite the differences that we might have, and there's a lot of that going on right now, and that just seems to be the theme of what we're dealing with socially, within our family structures, work, and globally, right? And what I believe the golden thread to be between me and any other human being in the world is the desire for security and safety. And that behind whatever idea or belief that another person has that I might disagree with, that golden thread remains. We all want to feel safe, right? And so we act from that place of wanting to feel safe in the world, and we act from that place of desiring things to be different than they are. And sometimes people act out of love, and sometimes they act out of fear. But really, the golden thread is just that everybody wants to feel safe. And so I thought that the Peace essential oil blend went really well with the prayer, and that's kind of what's on my mind and my heart. How many of you guys are feeling that? Like, is that a thing that you're kind of moving through right now too? Just trying to understand how to relate with people right now, how to relate with people who maybe they were so easy to relate with before COVID. Right? And then all of a sudden this strange pandemic happened, and all of a sudden the people that we were having lunch with and going out and partying with or whatever we were doing with them, now all of a sudden we're disagreeing, we're not able to share space together, and we're not able to find that golden thread anymore. So I know it's not just me, right? It's everyone. And yeah, so that's what that's kind of the theme that I'm bringing in tonight, not to make the class feel heavy, but just to have that idea of leading with love and figuring out what that looks like for you. It's going to be different for everybody, but we just keep that in our heart. Like we can make peace, you know? So with all of that, I would love to have you get into legs up the wall. And if you wanted to add your blanket underneath, folded, so it's going to look like bringing your mat all the way against the wall, and then bringing your booty to the wall and sending your legs up. Okay. Now, again, if you want to add some cushioning, I would recommend, or encourage that if you need it. It's there and available for you. So please do. And then if you don't want to be all the way up against the wall, then push yourself away from the wall a little bit, and maybe have a bend in your knees, like a 75-degree bend or a 90-degree bend. Like, you could choose not to be all the way against the wall. You could also choose to put your blanket underneath your neck and shoulders for support. Yeah, good. Okay. So elevating the feet, getting your feet above your head, above your heart. Some say that it's this reversal of blood flow, which I don't really buy into that. I think our blood just pumps, right? How could it reverse? It means like we have any in our feet, but I don't know. Maybe it is. But I do know that getting your feet above your heart right now can feel very grounding in this very odd way. It can feel very grounding to be in this position. And it can also feel really good just to take the weight off of your feet. because we hold the weight of the world on our shoulders. And what is holding up our shoulders? Our feet, right? So take a few breaths here. Just maybe bring your one hand to your chest and one hand to your belly if you want to connect a little bit deeper with your body. Take a big breath into your chest. And then out in, try to add some air into your belly. And then exhale all of that through your mouth. And make any noise that you want to make. We're here together in this space for sharing it, which means we get to share it quickly when it feels good for your body. And it's safe to do so. Take 2 more breaths like that. I call that a cleansing breath. So take 2 more cleansing breaths in through your nose. Big chest, big belly, or maybe even try the opposite. Big belly and then big chest. It's harder to breathe into your belly first, but it's more expansive. Let's take some more breaths here. I'm going to count with you. I'm going to breathe in for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last round. In. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold your breath. Hold here. Get a little bit more air in. Keep holding. You have everything you need. Every cell in your body is filled with oxygen. Keep holding. Exhale all the way. Let it go. Notice anything shifting in your body, maybe even in your heart or your mind. Return to whatever breathing pattern you want to stay in. You move into the prayer. If you wish, you could open your legs wide. You could explore a little bit with your legs. Maybe they want to do something different. If the pose begins to be too much, it's okay. You could roll over and take child's pose. So you'll be here for a couple more minutes. Prayer of honoring security. Thank you for this day of spiritual grounding. Untie me from the ship previously lost at sea and place my feet on solid ground. Earth me in what I know to be true. All I have been taught that has served me well. Lift my eyes to recognize and take in what supports and sustains me. Surround me with the wealth of community, the abundance of nature, and the prosperity of fulfillment. Imagine me, a hunter of the soul's treasures, returning with sound intelligence for sharing at the home earth. Help me to reach my potential as your gardener and preservationist by placing me regularly among the animals. Help me till into the soil that which feeds and nurtures it to health, in a circular gesture of receiving and giving back through the seasonal turns. Let me mother those who find me on the trail. I have been held and encouraged by you and those special loved ones who saw my need. Let me repay the favor. Let me value others and hold them in high regard. Let me witness the deepest promise of greatness in each living creature I meet. Let me believe in the fruit that has yet to be born from them and support them with friendship. Show me my purpose so I may celebrate and value the work I've done while enjoying the simple pleasures of spirited exchange among my kind. Remind me of what it took to get here. Regenerate my energy. Educate me in the economics of harmony. Retrain my rhythm to the heartbeat of the ground that cradles me. Run with my spirit through the fields of revelry and let me never forget that I belong to you. Bless me with the immodest songs of merriment and gaiety. My days of hesitancy are behind. Surrender me to the ambition of the mountain, my final destination of this list. Lodge within my banks of reason the fact that I am provided for in all ways. Remind me that I am of you and my sister and my brother too. Accept our thanks for all of creation and for this journey. Bring your legs together, hug your knees into your chest. Start to rock a little bit from side to side. And then rolling over to one side. Bringing yourself down the knees. Put a blanket under your knees if that feels supportive for you at all. And when we're on hands and knees, you are either welcome to have your palms open wide, or you could take fists, make fists and turn your fingers in toward each other, and then use fists instead. So it's just a way to relieve some of the pressure from the wrist. So just rocking back and forth here through cat and cow. Moving at your own pace, lingering as long as you like in either cow or cat, wherever you want to go. And taking all of the space that you need to move your body around from side to side, front to back, wiggling, anything that your body wants to do to move out tension and to stretch, to notice. The only thing I'm prescribing that is a must is your breath. Breathing in as you lift, exhale as you round, and finding a rhythm with that. Okay. So there's a lot that you can do inside of this pose. You shift your hips side to side. You can shift them around. I call this scooping out the peanut butter charm. So shifting them around. You can also shift back and really stretch your low back out, reaching your arms. So there's just a lot of different things you can do. So take all the space and do all the things. Another option would be to look back towards your feet, so looking over your shoulder, making like the curve of a C, so kind of turning your body into the shape of the letter C, and looking back towards your feet, breathing into that space. Now coming back to a neutral tabletop position. Take a big giant step forward with both of your hands and melt your heart down towards the mat. If you need to put a block under your head, you could do that to bring the earth closer to you. Or if your forehead can meet the mat, then there, just know that the to you. And letting your shoulders melt down towards the earth, to the Anapasana, melting heart pose. I like to imagine my heart being recharged by the mother here, recharged by earth, my heart close to the ground. So breathing into your heart space, asking for recharging. Okay. We're going to thread the needle, but we're going to do it the really sneaky way. So from where you're at right now, take your right hand and slide it underneath your left arm so that your right shoulder reaches the ground. So you're really extending through that right arm so that you can let your shoulder and your head meet the ground. So hips are lifted to the sky. Right arm is reaching, or left arm is reaching above head still. Right arm is lifted under. Notice if you're clenching anything, toes, fingers, jaw. What can you release? Now go ahead and soften through your left arm. It's been reaching. If you want to soften and bend your elbow, you could do that. You could even bind that left arm behind your back. If you want to change that position with your left arm, right ahead. Thank you for this day of spiritual grounding. Untie me from the ship previously lost at sea and place my feet on solid ground. Earth me in what I know to be true. All I have been taught that has served me well. Right? So there's something to be said about staying grounded in what we know to be true, but there gets to be some flexibility around that, about what might just be some kind of conditioning that we think is true. All right, start to unwind out of this side. Go ahead and reach both arms out again, and then slide that left hand underneath your right arm. Start here to this really extended, stretched out version. Taking some breaths, allowing yourself to melt here. Partway through the pose, soften the right arm. Let's start reaching here. Intentional. We're asking for space. We're asking for that flexibility to see both sides of the situation. Flexibility to soften inside of discomfort. Lift my eyes to recognize and take in what supports and sustains me. Surround me with the wealth of community, the abundance of nature, and the prosperity of fulfillment. Right, if you want to soften through your right arm, if you want to change the position of your arm, wherever you want to put it, you could bind behind your back, you could just bend and rest next to your head. Doesn't have to do very much. to unwind this. Shifting back into child's pose just for a moment. You could make any little wiggles that you want to make. Maybe you want to take a cat and a cow to kind of work out any little kinks in there, and then take child's pose. Not going to be in child's pose very long. It's just a little quickie, just to straighten out the spine, straighten it out. Go ahead and release this. We're going to bring the bolster. We need a bolster. You know what? You guys can do it. Actually, yeah, probably. You're going to do deer pose. And so your bolster is going to go lengthwise in front of you. So it's taking out the upper body with you. And then you're going to turn to the side. We'll both start on the same side. We'll start with your left leg in front of your mouth. And obviously it'll be like this with your body. Left leg parallel to the front of your mat. And then your bolster meeting your left hip. Your upper body comes to rest onto your bolster, and you choose which direction to face. And I would say facing the same way with my knees. I really doesn't like it when I try to turn my head the other way, but you might have that. You might like to turn the opposite way. Just finding it. Some of you might like to put a blanket underneath your elbows for a little extra cushioning under your arms, or anywhere else that wants extra cushioning. So this is a very deep rest pose here. The idea is to have as much support as you can. Imagine me a hunter of the soul's treasures, returning with sound intelligence for sharing at the home earth. Help me to reach my potential as your gardener and preservationist by placing me regularly among plants and animals. I believe that nature is one of our greatest teachers. Notice your breath. Again, notice if you're clenching anywhere, fingers, maybe your toes might be squeezing, or your jaw, maybe even your forehead. I hold a lot on my forehead. So just notice. See if you can soften any of these places. If you're clenching your jaw, if you have a habit of clenching, open your mouth wide and stick your tongue out. Try to release it. And then use your breath to allow your body to continue to soften, knowing that you're supported by the prop underneath you, by the earth, by the energy in this room. Start to deepen your breath. Activate your arms. Press your palms into the ground. Push yourself up. Second side. Stay in pose, and it might feel a little bit different on the second side too. A big breath in. Exhale. Allow yourself to soften into your posture. Notice if there's anything that wants to be adjusted. Help me till into the soil, that which feeds and nurtures it to health, in a circular gesture of receiving and giving back for the seasonal turns. Let me mother those who find me on trail, as I have been held and encouraged by you and those special loved ones who saw my need. Exit tilling into the soil, that which feeds and nurtures it to health. It's how we cultivate our relationships. It's a daily practice, reciprocity, giving and receiving, the sharing of ideas, the discussing of new ways, old ways. Let me mother those who find me on the trail, as I have been helped and encouraged by those who saw my need. There are so many of us who are ready to be conscious leaders. You may or may not think of yourself that way. Maybe you're just a role model for a young person in your life. Maybe somebody in your family who looks up to you. You don't know it, but you're a conscious leader. We never know who we get to affect with our words, our actions, and our beliefs. Not every person will come and say that you helped them grow. They're out there. And they're watching. Come out of this pose. So turning your palms over, pressing yourself up. And then bring your feet out in front of you. Move your bolster over and just do a little windshield wipers here. And just take it slow, like kind of hang out on each side, maybe for a breath, maybe even for 2 breaths. Maybe 3. However long. Use this bolster in front of you. I wanted to have you make, and if you have 2 blocks, it's going to work better. I'll show you where we're going with this. You use 1 block tall and 1 block shorter in front of it to stand. It'll support right here. If you use one going across and then tall. But I want you to be able to rest onto your bolster like this. This is where we're going. And then, yeah, legs out. If anybody wants a second blanket, I can bring it to you so that you can put blankets under your knees. For you, you do have 2 blankets. There's one on either side of you. And so you were just taking my control. And if it feels weird or not right, let me know. I can try to assist. Okay, so if you feel your back is too rounded, sit on the end of the full blanket. So that your pelvis can go forward. So rock your pelvis forward. If it feels like more of a struggle than what it's worth, take a supported child's pose instead. That could be the other option. Maybe this pose will fail. I usually do support a child's pose, and I was like, oh, maybe this would be better. Maybe not. Learn, live and learn, yeah. there and smaller. Just find the center point for a moment to breathe into. Remembering that we are all tapped into the one source of energy. You are that. I am that. They are that. We are that. Okay, we're giving up the pose. Oh, good. I'm going to admit defeat here. I'm admitting defeat. I haven't put anyone in this pose in a long time. I mean, forgot about that too, because we've been working without props for a long time. So I got to up my prop setup game on this particular pose. Okay, let's go ahead and come to your back. So move your bolster out of the way. In fact, bring it to your left side, and set the bolster so that it's kind of hanging out like a 6 or 8 inches from your mat, because what is gonna end up happening is you'll end up using it for a twist and let your leg rest on top of it. So just kind of have it chilling out there. And go ahead and come to your back, and we'll do our back sequence before we go into Shavasana. So hugging knees into the chest, rocking around. Maybe even taking a happy baby right now and feel nice and supportive. Baby pose, taking a hold of whatever you can. Maybe it's your ankles, your calves, your pants. It might be your feet. You could rock. You could stay still, pulling your knees towards the ground. Go ahead and release your feet. Send both feet up to the sky. And point and flex. Maybe circling out through your ankles. And right back where we started. We started with feet in the air. Right, this time we're paying a little more attention to the feet, so just rolling them out. Good. Go ahead and hug your right knee into your chest. Let your left foot meet the ground. Sort of circle through your right hip. Moving your knee around and around. Circling out. Let's go ahead and let that left leg extend long all the way, meets the ground. And guide your right knee over your body, coming into your twist. If you have your bolster sitting there, you could rest your leg onto your bolster. You don't have to use the bolster, but if you want it there and you'd like that support, you could use it. Then opening your right arm, extending through your fingers with a twist here. Maybe even gazing towards those right fingers. Eyes will be open or closed. Again, check in with your jaw, but you're not clenching. Allow your breath. Starting to come out of this, roll back to your center. See if you can slide that bolster to the other side just so that it's there. If you know that you want to use it for the twist, if you're not going to use it, don't worry about it. And we'll take that same journey on the second side. So this time the right knee hugs into the chest. Maybe you're circling out through your right hip, circling your knee around and around. Extending that opposite leg, guiding your leg over, coming into your twist. I think it's left side twisting. I'm backwards. It should be your left leg going over your right ear twist, yeah? Left arm's reaching, maybe even looking out towards your hands. Feeling into the security of the ground underneath you. As we round out this practice, honoring the security. Let me value others and hold them in high regard. Let me witness the deepest promise of greatness in each living creature I meet. Let me believe in the fruit that has yet to be born from them and support them with friendship. Back through the center. Hug your knees in again. We're going to use the bolster one last time, Shavasana. So behind you, you're going to bring it out behind you. It's going to go along. Your feet can come together if you want to take the butterfly position with your legs. There's one option. Okay, so you're going to lie back. If you're taking butterfly, please put those two blocks underneath your knees and let your legs be supported. I really want this to be effortless if you're going to take your feet together. If not, or maybe the soles of your feet plant and your knees touch, that's another option. And if you don't like that one, then your legs extend out in front of you. You could add a little elevation to your bolster by putting your blanket on top of it so that your head isn't on the back so far. So the idea here again is to be as fully supported so that you're not straining anywhere. This might be an opportunity for that cleansing breath, a big breath into your nose and out to your mouth. Showing my purpose, so I may celebrate and value the work I've done while enjoying the simple pleasures of spirited exchange among my friends. Remind me of what it took to get here, regenerate my energy, educate me in the economics of harmony, retrain my rhythm to the heartbeat of the ground that cradles me. Begin deepening your breath. Nice and slow. We're going to move out of the pose to Shavasana. So what that might look like is bringing your knees together if your feet were open, pushing the bolster out from underneath you. Maybe you're hugging your knees into your chest. Maybe you're taking some windshield wipers into your legs. Maybe there's something that your body really wants to do before it goes all the way to final rest. So this is your opportunity to take any of those things that your body might be asking for that I did not offer you tonight. Now Shavasana gets to be however you want. It can be on your back. If you're taking it on your back, I would say to put the bolster underneath your knees. Maybe put a blanket underneath your neck, or you could even undo the blanket, put it over your body and cover yourself with a blanket. I also love Shavasana on my stomach with the bolster positioned under my hips. Because this one feels very delicious in my body, and I like to put the blanket underneath here for my head, so that's another option. Wherever you're at, we're going to be here for about 7 minutes to make it as comfortable and supportive as you can. Take a couple of those cleansing breaths. In through your nose, big belly, big chest, and out through your mouth. Maybe even letting out a sigh. Run with my spirit through the fields of revelry, and let me never forget that I belong to you. Bless me with the immodest songs of merriment. My days of hesitancy are behind me. Surrender me to the ambition of the mountain, my final destination of this quest. Lodge within my banks of reason the fact that I am provided for in all ways. Remind me that I am with you and my sister and my brother too. Accept our thanks for all of creation and for this journey.
Begin deepening your breath, wiggling fingers and toes. Starting to bring your body back to the early at the left. Bring it back to full consciousness. Remember to stretch your arms out, reach through your feet. Start moving and then start to push it out. Kind of movements. When you find yourself coming to one side, and you can relax to your seat. Go back. Again. We don't get to do this longer version this time. All right. So kind of bringing your hands down to the earth so we can connect here together. Closing your eyes down. Tuck your chin down towards your chest. A humble bow here. And imagine that you have this big root growing out from underneath you, descending down into the core of the earth, anchoring you here, keeping you secure, safe, strong foundation. Imagine you have roots growing out from your palms and all 10 of your fingers, and those roots are like wildfire. They're just spreading wide. They're spreading all around this room, connecting to one another and connecting to Jess on the Zoom screen from wherever she is in the world. And just remembering that we've all chosen to have this connection here together. We chose to show up for the practice of yoga tonight. Just turn our palms in gratitude, scoop up all this good energy. Inhale and then exhale, bring it down in front of your heart. Hold this energy in front of you like a ball of white light and shine this light out as far and as wide as you see fit. Shine it out to the people that you disagree with. Shine it out to everybody and keep so much of this energy for yourself. Thank you for allowing me to guide you in practice. Namaste.